So even in the Batman movie you can see Batman using the eye lenses where he used to capture the all the happenings of the day to day things, and he will record it and he'll see it in his house during the free time. So this usage of the lens is there only in one place in the comic, like in the new 52 Batman comic. The first panel itself, like if you open a comic you will have multiple pages, and in each page you will have more than 3 to 4 panels, like horizontal portions, like blocks, like a rectangular blocks. And the first panel itself is a such thing only, like he takes off the eye lens and he says that this thing is recording all the day-to-day activities, and after that they don't show it that itself. But I think Matt Reeves has used like a separate committee itself, like to he made a few people to sit and read comics. Like he is not like other directors where they didn't read many comics and they just took based on the stories they wanted. So Matt Reeves, I think he had a committee itself. Like even for a Batman fan, like if you ask a Batman comic book fan, you won't find a person who will say that this eye lens was there in a comic. I itself found out only after very few hardcore fans found out. So Matt Reeves has done something like he made a committee to make few people sit and read the comic, and he has made a lot of discussions with previous generation like animated series writers and so on. Like even there will be one scene in the movie where Bruce Wayne will speak with Falcone, and Falcone will say about how when Falcone was a adult, like when he was 30 years, when he was in his 30s, like he would get shot by Maroni's father, and what they will do is they'll come to Bruce Wayne's house, and since Thomas Wayne is a doctor, they'll ask Thomas Wayne to treat him. So that whole story is there in comics as well as in an animated movie. Like I think it is there in Batman Year One. So the story in comic and the animated movie will be slightly different, because in comic you can't show how a character is getting tensed. Like it is very difficult to portray many feelings. But in the animated movie there will be one scene where Bruce Wayne will be in the first floor, and he will be near the stairs, and he will be frightening to see Falcone. Like in that scene itself you can understand that Falcone is that level thug in that area. Like everyone will fear him, and this child will be like shivering. So Batman will be like shivering seeing his father like saving a thug, like a criminal boss and so on. So what Matt Reeves did is he took the inspiration from the animated movie. Like I think Falcone will say that I saw you standing near the stairs in the above first floor, and you were very scared looking at me. So that was not there in the comic. It's there in the animated movie only.
Watch it, fellas. You got the prince of the city there. Some event, huh? Brought out the one guy in the city more reclusive than me.
Thought you'd never leave the shoreline. Aren't you afraid someone will take a shot at you?
Why? Because your father ain't around. Oz, you know Bruce Wayne?
Wow, is that right?
His father saved my life. I got shot in the chest. Right here. I couldn't go to no hospital, so we showed up on his doorstep. Operated right on the dining room table. Kid here, he saw the whole thing. Up on the stairs looking down. I remember your face. You don't think that meant something he did then?
It means you took the Hippocratic Oath.
Hippocratic Oath. That's good.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So this is what DC is like, only about the past. It is nothing like they don't take a random character and make a random movie. Like now they are doing so because they are not getting competition. Like they are very not making a lot of money, and so currently what they are doing is they are also following that way, where Peacemaker is a random character. Like he was bought from Charlton Comics, and all the stories which we saw in Peacemaker season 1 weren't there in comics, I think. Like I haven't read that comics, but based on the people who follow Charlton Comics, most of the content there in Peacemaker season 1 wasn't there in any of his comics. So they are also, DC is also making random things, but the main thing about DC is about the past. Like without knowing spoilers, you there's no reason for watching a DC movie. Like you can see it as a once and a go movie, but if you want to follow DC, then you should definitely know the spoiler. So now getting getting into Black Adam. So this is a spoiler video only. So that's why I explained so much about spoilers.